Hola todos. Today is Tuesday, June 28th, 2022. Just kidding. Not going to be that cheesy. Hope you all are doing super, super well. Sorry I'm not there with you this morning. I should be able to check in tomorrow for a little bit so you guys can see a little squish, but wanted to make sure to put something together to give you guys some updates and just like a quick overview of what the next couple of days are going to look like. But first and foremost, let me show you the little Pudge. Here's the little guy getting, he was snoozing until I started talking. But here's the little guy getting his snooze on as I make the video for you. We're having lots of fun together. Not getting a ton of sleep yet, but that is a-okay because we're getting lots of snuggles. Leo is also working on his big brother skills, has been super sweet, very helpful, very gentle, and just very involved and loving. So that's been super fun. And that's pretty much my summer so far in a nutshell. So hopefully you guys have been able to get out and about. But let's get down to business. So you have 2 or 3 amazing coaches with you this morning that are going to help you with any questions that you have about the units of study as we do some of our scope and sequence work. But first and foremost, I just want to do some general updates for you as well. First of all, I know a lot of you have been wondering who our new coach is going to be, and I'm super excited to announce that it's going to be Natalie Bice. She actually requested to work with Ada Vista and Meadowbrook. I'm sure there's a little bit in the back of your mind with, does she have experience with immersion? And here are my thoughts on that. Natalie's expertise is in the units of study, is in math workshop, and you guys are the experts on immersion. And so we think that this is going to be a really great partnership, actually. She's going to be able to answer all the questions we have about the units of study, and you guys are going to be able to tell her what you need and what you're noticing when it comes to immersion. And Natalie is also really amazing at figuring things out. And so if you have a question that she's not sure what the answer is, she will find it for you. If you need help putting things together, she will do it. She's led a lot of the additional workshops that have been offered to teachers, and she always goes above and beyond to make sure that there are going to be resources and support for the immersion teachers. And so having her with us, I think, is going to be really powerful. She totally would have been here these 2 days if she hadn't already had plans to be out of town. But the coaches that are here today, very similar, have a ton of experience, a lot of knowledge, and should be really helpful for you guys. So I am very grateful that they are there with you. So now we're going to move on to what today is going to look like for you all. So this morning, your work should be primarily on 2 things. Number 1 is your scope and sequence document, which is linked in the slideshow, and I'll make sure to share that with you shortly. And then the other thing is your mentor text document. So there's a Google Sheets document that has all your mentor texts listed. It's color-coded. What have you ordered already? What haven't you ordered? And now is the time to expand that to make sure you have a tab, or you're including your reading and your writing mentor texts, so that we can place an order in August. So by working on your scope and sequence, you should hopefully be able to develop that mentor text document so we know what to get ordered for you all. And then, like I said, the coaches, make sure you let them know where you're going to be so that they can check in with you. But one thing I want you guys to remember is, like, why are we doing the scope and sequence document? One of the biggest things that you guys wanted in your surveys, in the big group activity we did at the staff meeting, was more alignment, was more clarity on expectations, a better idea of what is happening when. And so this is really kind of the baseline for what that looks like. And so in creating the scope and sequence document, not only are you establishing with your team what those expectations are, but then we're able to take a better look at vertically what's happening, and then make those decisions when it comes to our phonics, our grammar. Where are we seeing gaps? Where are we noticing things aren't where we want them to be? And so this is super important work to do, and a lot of great conversations can come out of it as well. Some grade levels were able to get a decent amount of work done on that this year, which is awesome, and other grade levels weren't, which is okay. This is why we have the morning of the next 2 days to continue to do this work, and there will be some dedicated time during the year as well. But just really looking at getting all of us on the same page, getting some really good time in to plan and think about how the year is laid out, what units we're doing, when, what content maybe we need to make sure we're emphasizing, and again, all of that good work. So that is what the expectation is for this morning, and it's going to be the same thing for tomorrow morning. So the idea is maybe you can focus one day on reading, one day on writing. If you've already gotten pretty far with your reading scope and sequence and really want to dive into your writing, that's fine too. So there is some flexibility there. And I'll make sure to keep an eye on the document over the next couple of days on both the mentor text document and the scope and sequence document, in case you guys want to type in questions, wonderings, things like that. And always feel free to text me as well. I know I'm not there with you, but I can respond if you guys have questions. So after all of that, en resumen, so this morning and tomorrow morning, we're going to be working on your scope and sequence and your mentor text documents. And why are we doing this work? For alignment and clarity and so many other reasons. You'll also notice in the slide deck, there's a digital parking lot. So what you can do is you can go on there and just type in any questions or ideas that you have. And then myself or the coaches, we can go in and answer those questions. We can send resources. So even if you don't have someone in the room with you, please utilize that digital parking lot so that we can help you out ASAP. And I will create a video for you guys for tomorrow as well, taking a look at that digital parking lot and hopefully answering some of the questions that you have about the process that may come up as you're doing it, or the content as well, any units of study questions that you may have. And then there's also a couple of tabs for some folders of additional resources if you guys want to check those out. Trying to give you as much as possible to be able to do the best work possible. Anyway, I miss all of you. Wish I could give you giant hugs. Enjoy your day today. There's going to be sandwiches, gluten-free options, fruit and drinks for you guys in the library starting at 11:30. And we're only going to do a 30-minute lunch so we can get out of here earlier in the afternoon. But big thanks to the PTO for sponsoring that for you guys. Anyway, again, miss you all. Big hugs, and have a spectacular day of learning and collaboration.